everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us for Roland Comtois Soul Stories. I'm co-host Diane Lupo, and we welcome you here on YouTube. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. In fact, every week, Roland is going to choose one subscriber to win a 20-minute session with him, just for subscribing on YouTube. And it's free, and you have all these great videos to look at all week long. So this week's winner is Betty Devitt. So yay!
Yay!
You are the winner of with Betty. And here he is, the host with the most, Roland Comtois. Hi,
Good
Roland.
evening, everybody. Thank you, Diane. Hi, how are you? How you doing?
Good.
How
Good
are you?
tonight.
Good.
Wake.
Good. There's a little bit of a lag in our connection for some reason tonight, but
Yes, there's a delay.
I don't know why, but you know that means I'm doing something wrong technically, and I'm not sure what that is. But here we are. We're live with you tonight, and we're very excited to be here. This is Soul Stories, conversations about spirit, signs, and synchronicity. And we are excited to be here with you tonight. I see that people are starting to come on from across the country. Thank you so much for being here, and we are delighted to be with you. Don't forget to tell your friends. Don't forget to click the subscribe bell button, something or another on the top. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up because YouTube likes it.
Yes, they do. And we all need a little entertainment these days, right?
Oh my
And
God.
you've been very entertaining, Roland.
Did you see Hazel's last Reiki session?
Yes, I'm beginning to think Hazel's allergic to you because every time you hold her close, she sneezes.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
But it was adorable. It was adorable. And you've had a busy morning. You do your 11:11. For those of you who don't know, every Wednesday at 11:11, Roland goes live with the Purple Papers. Now every week there's a different story, and every week there's I never think you can top it, and then you do. So can you tell us a little bit about what happened this morning?
Oh my God, Diane, thank you. It is changing. The connection between us is changing, and between us and the universe, us and our loved ones, it's changing. And there's a lot of things that are happening. And this morning, like last week, remember I told you the guy said, give her the paper, it was such a strong message, right?
Yes.
This morning.
My paisan.
Hey, paisan, yeah. I'm sorry that there's a delay. I don't know why there is, everybody, but just bear with us. We're doing the best we can. One of the things I've discovered with Zoom is that 8 o'clock is the most difficult time to be online, I think, because there seems to be a lot more challenges at this time than there are at other times during the day.
Probably the most active time of the day.
Yeah, so just bear with us as we go through this, and as Diane and I interrupt each other, just bear with us as we make it through this. But this morning I got out of bed and there was, all right, just hear me out, everyone. Just kind of go with me on the journey. And if you're intrigued by how, what it's like to be a medium, then this will certainly tell the story. So this morning I was getting up, getting ready, and there was the presence of a girl, a young woman in my field of knowing. And I sensed her. I didn't see her. I felt her. I felt that she wasn't alone and that she had people with her. And then I heard her say, and I felt this energy as if she was telling me to go look for a purple paper, that there was one in my big stack of purple papers, that there was one message in there. So I decided to go in the papers. I started going through them, right? And then automatically, almost instantly, almost intuitively, certainly synchronistically, this paper was in front of me.
Oh,
kind of
I love
just
when that
fell on
happens,
my lap.
when it pops
Now, I
out.
want
Yeah.
you to look at the name. Right. It just pops out. It just happens, right? So this purple paper was dated 9/23/2018. And I was standing there pulling the paper out, and I felt the presence of a mother with her children. And I knew somehow that they had been hurt and that they were killed, murdered. And I don't really like to tell these stories because they're so overwhelming. But I saw her standing next to me. And look, if you're not into guys like me, this is not your show. This is not your moment. I get it. But I believe that the connection between us, all of us, is so powerful, so real, that we can have a moment between people that don't know each other, because there is a common bond between us energetically. She was in my room. I felt her energy. I don't know who she was, who she is, but I heard her say, "Get the paper." So I thumbed through those papers and I discovered this one. Now, take a look at this. Diane, take a look. Dated 9/23/2018. Nearly 2 years, right? At some point,
Remember
I
that
had.
paper?
Do you remember it?
Yes, I do. I remember that paper because of the name. If I have a friend or know someone with the name, then it sticks in my head.
Right. Okay. So there I had written, "Do not give out," because I was making sure that you or whomever was working, that you would not deliver this purple paper because it wasn't meant to be delivered, right? The girl's name is Shan Ann. Now, here's where the story gets unbelievable. Look at this. Oh my God, I got chills everywhere. Just stay with us. Here it says, "Say more later." Can you guys see that?
Yes. Yes.
Say more later. This is the later. This is that moment. She told me this morning that her husband was responsible for her death.
Oh.
She told me that her story made national, international news. She told me that her children and she did not suffer. And that somewhere along the line, and we're not going to forget this, Diane, and all of you that are participating tonight, we will never forget this. Somehow,
the husband murdered her and the children.
Yeah, that's the way I heard it this morning. Again, let me stop for a second. Diane, how many times do you hear me tell the stories of murdered victims? How many?
Very, very rarely. And sometimes we try to pry it out of you on the way home. Like, what was the best story? I know, but I understand why you don't, because it's hard. And then we have the image. You are a professional at what you process it differently than we do. You know, we take it home and it's, whoa, hard to process.
Right. And that's why I'm cautious with these things, because it is hard to process. Why is it that a murdered victim and her children would be near a guy like me, someone she never knew in life, someone that she never met in life, someone that has no connection to them at all, right? But somewhere out there, there's a connection. Maybe somebody who knows someone. Maybe she's a friend of someone in Rhode Island. Maybe someone knows of her story. I know that this morning, when I started to tell this at 11:11 this morning, when I started to tell the story this morning, I mean, when I woke up and felt the story, I couldn't tell the whole thing this morning because 11:11, we're only on for 15 minutes. This is a moment where this girl and her children want you and her family to know that she is safe. And I don't want to talk about how they died. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to tell you because I know I can hear her say it. That come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on my side here for a minute. I know this is overwhelming. I know it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming.
So Roland, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
It's changing. So You know, I knew you from, you know, years earlier, and there were a lot more people who found this hard to believe that you got messages and could write them on paper, and they were from our loved ones. There seem to be more and more people now who are open to it and understand it a little more because of the media, and there've been mediums now and they've seen it in action on TV. But is it the same way on the other side? Are the people on the other side, because they seem to be getting more adamant about you writing their messages? Are they now coming on board with, hey, I can talk to my mother if I go through this guy?
Okay, that's one of the best questions you've ever asked me, I have to say. It's really one of the best questions. I don't think it's necessarily they are like, finally. I think they knew all along that the connection between us from their perspective is very palpable for them. They see us, they hear us, they feel us, they communicate with us. And that happens from the moment they leave beyond, right? In our physical world, because we are physical beings, we look for the physical manifestations of those signs. So it's us really that are having more of the challenge than the other side. Though, with that said, there is a, you know, take for example, someone comes to my event and they feel better, they tell a friend. Well, there's kind of that thing going on up there. They say, oh, go see this medium, he's not bad, you know. You know, but the reality of this is, it really is our responsibility to connect to them because they are constantly with us. That's the best answer to that question. I don't want to go too far from this purple paper though, because Shan-Ann says, I have the kids. She said they left before me. I didn't know it. Not really, she says. And then she says she found them in the arms of an angel. She says, and I knew that they were all right. And when she said, say more later, she was trying to tell us that they are all united there. She has her children, and they were not apart for what you think, minutes or hours. It was milliseconds of time that they were separate. But when they were separate, they were surrounded by an army of angels. So the children were never alone, and they were never afraid. And they saw their mother, and they went running to her. And all three of those children, all three of those people are together. Mother and daughters are together. And she says, all of you that are listening today, you know her. You know her story. You've heard it on TV. You've seen her face on TV. You've seen her husband in jail on TV. We've seen it. Who? I don't know, but we've seen it. And say more later is, do you know what she's trying to teach us? Because oh man, come on. She's trying to teach us that they are all reunited, that they are together, and that there is an incredible light between them. And the pain and suffering that we humans think about, because we think about pain and suffering, we're physical beings, we think about those things. Mm-hmm. She doesn't have that. They don't have that. Well, hold on. I wasn't sure about bringing all this forward. I just wasn't sure, but
that's probably the most powerful part for a medium, to convey that part of it, because we get stuck in what happened at the very end.
Yeah.
And it's.
We do. We get stuck in the pain, we get stuck in the grief, we get stuck in the loss, And somewhere in all of that, we forget that we had fun, that we had joy, that we had fun memories, beautiful memories. And it, you know, by the way, that's a human experience anyways. That's a human condition. It's a pot. Oh, someone is typing the name of the girl in the stream right now.
Ooh.
Shannon Watts, she's saying. Now she took the message back. Oh, someone else is writing, the Watts family in Colorado. So, okay, I don't know them. I know I heard that message on September 23rd, 2018. And that's as far as we're going to go with that purple paper. As a side note, for all of you that are listening tonight, next week, you're going to be able to ask your questions live. So get your family and friends. You can ask live next week while we're on live with you next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. We won't have any purple papers. We're just going to entertain all your questions next week in the stream, nice and live. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Diane. I'm sorry.
No, that's wonderful. Well, no, it's just been exciting because it's actually been even exciting for me because I haven't been working. It's been exciting for me because I haven't been working with you. And I haven't been with the purple papers, but they seem to really have gotten a voice and an energy from this rest that they're getting, being in one place, but they really seem to be picking up some energy, and it's interesting to hear the stories, and it's comforting because over and over again, where it's validated that life goes on, and they are with us and they hear us, and the Italian guy last week who hounded you in your bedroom, so how often does that happen? Did anything else like that happen this week, or were there interesting or fun kind of people coming through?
No fun ones this week. It was much more serious and much more intense, I think. There was even a second moment, and it was with this guy, Mike, right? He passed at a young age. This is someone's son. Actually, it is the son of Pauline Di Benedetto, that I'm now convinced of.
Oh, wow.
Pauline Di Benedetto, if you happen to be here, because I know that you might have been coming on tonight. So this is a paper that was dated 4/16/2019, and it was another circumstance from this morning. And I was sitting there getting ready, again, summoned to my purple papers, right? And there, the purple paper spoke to me. They speak to me, they communicate their messages. And this guy, Mike, said to me, you've got to give this paper to my mom. But he wasn't like the Italian paisan kind of guy.
Yeah.
He was just a guy doing his thing on a mission to reach his mother. And the message was dated 4/16/2019. And it was about how he was shocked about his passing, and he couldn't believe that the hospital couldn't save him. And he goes on and on and on to tell his story. And the reason why this is important is that his mother has been waiting for this particular paper. And not until this morning did I have that realization that that moment was there. The presence of spirit was there. The son reaching the mother, and him saying to her, you need to know that there was no way to save me. Now, what do you think is going to happen to the mother when she hears? What do you think? What do you think is going to happen to her?
She's got to have some relief.
She's going to have some relief.
Because when losing a child, that seems to be a very common reaction. What else could I have done? How could I have stopped it? How could I have prevented it? I've heard so many mothers go through the list of questions, putting the blame on themselves. And then when they get the paper, like that paper you had in California, when the woman thought her son committed suicide, and she spent, 10, 15 years wondering what she did wrong. And then you look at her and say, your son didn't commit suicide. It was an accident. And the paper said it very clearly. So I think that comfort and that peace of mind and the weight coming off their shoulders, that's what those papers do.
They do that, and I think you're right. For some reason, it's becoming more profound. Maybe they needed vacation. Maybe they needed a vacation. Maybe, maybe they were exhausted from going on the road, and maybe it was just, maybe the chatter isn't so loud now. Maybe the tension isn't so strong now. But I know that
That's true.
for some reason, there's a lot going on. Hey, by the way, if you're tuning in for the first time, don't forget to like the page and press some button. Subscribe. Yeah, thank you. And click the bell and you'll get notices when I'm coming on. And by the way, either by the end of the week, I will be announcing a new online live schedule on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. For 1 full month, I will be with you a lot, every day almost, talking to you and sharing purple papers.
It's not going to get creepy, is it?
Yeah, it's going to get creepy. Don't forget, if you know someone who is a frontline worker, we're going to be giving out a few more $10 Dunkin' Donut gift cards. So
yeah, Diane, we have a winner this week. Woo! Woo! Danielle Marino. And Danielle works on the Comfort Ship in New York. She's a frontline worker, and that girl's got a lot of courage. I'll give her that.
She has. And you are.
How can they nominate someone, Roland?
Well, if you go to my Facebook page, if you go to my Instagram page, if you send us an email, everybody gets put into the envelope, and then I sit with it and randomly choose someone from the long list of people that have been nominated. And by the way, all of your nominations that you have submitted over the last several weeks stay in the pot. And so everyone has a chance to win a $10 Dunkin' Donuts card. The other thing I want to say to you, if you are a frontline worker and you are in need of some Reiki support, energetic support, I have a team of volunteers that are willing to offer you free Reiki. So also just send us a note and we will organize that for you as well. Because the truth is, we are in this experience together. And I know that may be a cliche, but we really are in this together. We really
can't deny it. No,
you can't deny it. And on another note, just to keep you informed of all the things that are happening, there's a new show coming on my YouTube page called The Wisdom Keepers. It launches in 2 days, so be on the lookout for that. And Dancing with My Dog. Dancing with My Dog comes back
to replace
tomorrow.
Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with My Dog returns tomorrow because, man, we gotta laugh. We gotta laugh and we gotta do our thing. So
I have a little laugh for you, Roland.
Oh, good, go.
Second week into the quarantine, I'll talk fast. I was panicking about toilet paper, and I was trying to send toilet paper to California because my son said, "Ma, there's nothing anywhere." So I finally found somebody who would ship, and you could buy it, but they were saying it was going to take 8 weeks, 10 weeks. So I found 10 lustrous rolls of toilet paper for $20 delivered in 5 weeks. So I told my son to be on the lookout for a box, thinking, 10 rolls of toilet paper, a good sized box, and forgot about it because we did get toilet paper. We were lucky. But one day I go to the mailbox and I thought, oh, did my vitamins already come? No. It was my 10 lustrous rolls of toilet paper for $20. Here they are.
No.
Can you see how tiny they are?
Oh my God.
Here's my coffee cup.
Oh no. No way.
$20. So this is now a new wall ornament. I'm going to hang this. This is my binder.
That is $20 for that. Gee.
Yeah, I got ripped.
Wow. You know what? Let's give away. Let's give away a roll of toilet paper tonight. Not one of yours, but Listen, right now, say yes in the
Unless they're a
screen.
munchkin.
Unless you're a munchkin. Oh man, no, we're not giving away toilet paper. It's too much. We can't. We're gonna have to fight our own battles for the toilet paper. But anyways, to our Dunkin' Donuts winner, congratulations, Danielle Marino. Keep up the good work on the Comfort Ship in New York City. And to Betty Devitt for being a subscriber on YouTube, you have won a private session with me.
Yes.
Everybody who's a subscriber gets to win. We're going to announce another winner next week. And next week, we'll come back to you for more fun and more stories. I'm very happy to be back here, and I'm glad that I figured out how to get us how to get us online. Oh, how to get us online.
Yeah, you're a real wizard, Roland.
Oh my God. Hello, Donna in Newburgh, New York. Welcome. Next week, everybody, you're going to be able to ask questions live. This week, we're almost near the end of our show. On a couple of other notes, maybe you're going through this too, Diane. Dreams are wild.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I started writing them down again because they've been so bizarro.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're intense, that's for sure. And
I'm not sharing either.
You're what?
I'm not sharing.
Oh, wow.
You can read the book.
Oh, speaking of that, let's give away a book.
Oh,
right
good.
Now. I'll give you anybody in my stream right now, give me a yes. And I am going to end the show with giving away a copy of my new book, Signs of Spirit.
Nice.
So just keep saying yes. I'll pick a winner when the show is done. Maybe one of you would like to win a copy of my new book, Signs of Spirit. So we'll do that. Listen, it's been an absolute joy being with you guys. As I say, every time we're together, I'm grateful that you give me a purpose in life. You give me a great purpose in life. Keep saying yes. Keep saying yes. That's right. You give me a great purpose in life, and I'm honored deeply and profoundly to walk the path with you. I will be back on Friday live because I'm taking you to the Buddhist temple of Thich Nhat Hanh on Friday, as I promised to do last week when I was out last week. Yeah, remember that, Diane, when we went there? Oh man, it wasn't. You know, what did you really think about that, though? What did you really think about it?
I know we were expecting more grandeur, right?
Yes.
But as we walked through it, it was the vibe of the place. That simplistic vibe was overwhelming. I still think about it. Lots of times in my meditation, I'll go back to, I think I have a picture of you on that bench in all the grasses. It was just rustic and raw.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it was rustic and raw. That's a great way to describe it. You know, there were no golden statues. There was a great appreciation for the simplicity, right? For the simplicity of life. So on Friday night, I'm going to be taking you there. So make sure you're here. I'm going to be outside doing my meditations at 9 o'clock on Friday on Facebook. Here we go. And the winner of this book, Signs of Spirit, is going to Zeta RUF. Zeta Ruff. Yes, yes, yes. You are this week's winner of my book, Signs of Spirit. Send us a private message somehow, some way, and with your address, and I will have my staff send this off to you. So the winner is Zeta Ruff. You are the winner. Wow. Oh my God. Well, this has been a fast. This half hour goes by fast, doesn't it, Diane?
It does. It goes by real fast.
It does.
It's so much.
Really Sorry.
But you work hard enough. So you work hard enough. And I thank you for allowing me too to be part of this, because it's great fun. And I love hearing the response from people. And I've gotten response, Roland, where some people have said if it weren't for the videos and the live events, they don't know what they would have done because,
Wow.
you know, a lot of people are still stuck in worry and fear.
Wow. Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a good job, champ.
All right, Diane, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Look, it's been wonderful being with you tonight. It is 8:30. This is a half-hour show, commercial free. A half-hour commercial free show. And,
Unless you would like to be the owner of these.
Let me see how, I want to see that one more time. What the heck?
Now, you know, we're not a small family. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh man, you're killing me. Anyways, this is Soul Stories, conversations about spirit. It's about something important.
Synchronicities and quality toilet paper.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, listen, we appreciate you all. Thank you for being part of our journey. And to all of you that tuned in tonight, thank you. Don't forget to click and like and do all the things you got to do so that next time when we gather, because it is 8 o'clock, even though I screwed up on Facebook and said 9. We thank you for being part of our family. We love you. And until next time, we send you all the love we can muster up. Have a beautiful day.